Welcome to the Tan and J-Man Show. I'm co-host Josh, the J-Man Munt, and sitting next to me is Tanner T-Dog Lee. Fun start tonight there, Josh. How you doing out there, T-Dog?
Doing good, Jay, man. 465 episodes in as of this one, and that was an interesting introduction of yourself.
Yeah, it's a Monday, so I struggled with words on Mondays, but I tried to combine Josh and J-Man in one, and it didn't. Came out Josh, so that's where I'm at today.
At least you got your name right.
Barely, yeah, barely remembered that one.
Barely, but no, we're doing good. Doing good, Jay, man. How are you?
Doing all right. Doing all right. It's a beautiful day here. Just beautiful. 70 degrees, like room temp outside. It's
if somebody doesn't like the weather, the fall weather in late September and then most of the months of October, something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
It's just perfect in my opinion.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
But we got a lot to discuss tonight. We got MLB playoffs going on, the conference series. We got big college football news as James Franklin is out. Penn State, Indiana gets their biggest win probably in the history of their football program. We got always stuff to talk about with the NFL. A lot of games to pick, a lot of confident points to get wrong and throw out there. So should be a fun show.
Yes, sir.
Should be a fun show. But first, I have some birdie or bogey trivia for you, and I don't like this. I got to be honest. I feel like it's lazy, but I was struggling to find a question. So I'm like, I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I'm just going to change the question up a little bit from one of your things you gave me a couple weeks ago. You did Purdue quarterbacks, or was it running backs?
I gave. I think it was running backs for.
Yeah, and you gave Evan.
Quarterbacks was Evan. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I'm giving Miami Dolphin quarterbacks.
No, geez.
The top 5 Miami Dolphin quarterbacks as far as passing yards is
right.
concerned all time. So 1 through 5.
Oh, passing yards. There's no way.
Yep, 1 through 5. As a Dolphin, I should say, not their total NFL career, just as a Dolphin.
And I have to get them all in order too, right?
Yep.
Just give me a bogey already. Birdie or bogey.
Make it a little difficult. We're at October 13th. I'm a million strokes behind. I haven't got one right all year.
I'm at the current mental state that I don't know if I can name you 5 Dolphins quarterbacks ever. So it's gonna be an interesting one. Birdie or bogey is brought to you by Arlington Public House for good cuisine cocktails, located 703 Main Street in Rochester, Indiana.
Yeah, over the weekend they had Asiago crab dip, and they also had chicken cordon bleu, which I know you're a big chicken cordon bleu fan.
Chicken cordon bleu.
So those are some new weekend specials, and they were outside Rochester, Indiana, on Saturday for the chili cook-off. They were selling beer, seltzers, wine, and mixed drinks, which you could, with the new rules in Rochester, Indiana, they have a zone in downtown Rochester which you can enjoy adult beverages if you're of the age and walk around now outside. So, it seemed like it was the perfect day for that, the annual chili cook-off. It was 33rd annual chili cook-off and the 29th annual car show in Rochester, Indiana. So, but the first year you could legally enjoy walking around with adult beverages. So they had that.
I remember when I was a kid going to, the chili cook-off car show. It seemed like it was like maybe 2 streets, but now it seems like when I see pictures, it's like all throughout Main Street.
Yeah, I think their chili teams were down to 10 this year. I know they had some pull out last week, kind of at the last moment. But as far as cars went, it was down compared to last year. They had like 700. But this year, they still had a good number. They had 579.
Man,
that's still a pretty big car show for a one-day outdoor car show.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Good on Rochester, Indiana, and good on Arlington for taking advantage of the nice weather and all the people in town and having some cold beverages for sale for them. So go check them out.
I need to get my wife's grandpa is a big like car collector. He has, I think she's gonna kill me if I get the number wrong. I want to say 7 like antique like cars, like old school. Nice. Like he has like an old like 1940s like Ford something. Oh, wow. There's like a you see like a red truck, like a Ford red truck on like Christmas ornaments, or He has that exact same truck, so I might need to get him up to the Rochester car show one of these days.
Well, you do that maybe next year, and I'll come join you because
All right.
I like chili. I know you don't like chili, but I like chili, so I like tasting chilies. And in the cars, I'm not a gearhead, but I think looking at a lot of those cars are pretty cool because
Yeah.
let's put it this way, a lot of those people aren't bringing the cars if it's going to rain,
Right.
because a lot of the cars never have seen rain
Yep.
in their lives, so you see a lot of cool cars there. So, yeah. But a lot to talk about. Let's start off with some baseball. I feel like we won't be hitting baseball as heavy as we do football. So, but the Mariners are up 1-0 on
Yeah.
the Blue Jays, and the Brewers and Dodgers start things off tonight.
Yeah, the Mariners were up 3-0 early. Now it's 3-3 in the top of the fifth right now. So they're currently playing against the Toronto Blue Jays. But no, yeah, good matchups here. I mean, you got the top two seeds in the American League, and then you have the number one seed against the third seeded LA Dodgers in the National League. So there's a disappointing end for the Cubs, but again, 29 teams say that every single year. So
true, that's a good way to look for it. Who are you being positive?
I know.
Who are you?
Once the season ends, you kind of like you're usually in a pretty good place. And in fact, I was too. It wasn't really a heartbreaking loss they had on Saturday night or anything. They didn't really have a ton of opportunities to really make it heartbreaking, which was kind of nice. But the 3-1 loss afterwards, I'm like, that was a fun season. The second half was kind of it was rough-ish. I mean, they were still pretty good, but it was kind of the dog days of summer kind of hit. But I was proud of them for fighting back after getting blown out in game 1 and game 2, to be able to force a game 5 by winning 2 at Wrigley. And Wrigley was unbelievable on Wednesday and Thursday. I mean, Craig Counsell has played on 2 teams that have walked off in Game 7 of the World Series, and he said that Thursday night's crowd was unlike anything he'd ever seen in his baseball career.
Well, I will say, even though he did, like you said, play for 2 teams that walked off Game 7, played for the Marlins and Diamondbacks.
That also, it kind of
a little difference, but
dampens it a little bit.
But still, for any baseball fan base, that should be your loudest, most
for sure
raucous environment. So I get what you're saying there.
And so and I'll look back fondly on this team, especially Game 4 of the NLDS when Ian Happ hit a 3-run homer off of Freddie Peralta. He was 2 for 32 in his career in the regular season coming in against Freddie. Hits a 3-run homer to open up the thing, and the place is just bumping. So I'll always have fond memories of that. But still, if you don't win the last game of the year, it's going to be disappointing. And that's something the Cubs were not able to do. And they would have had to play the Dodgers in the championship series. Would have loved to have a shot at them, obviously. But that unfortunately did not come to fruition. And the NLCS kicks off here, and I think about at 7 o'clock Central Time. So I think about an hour and 25 minutes or so. It'll be kicking off.
What are your predictions?
I think, the American League's difficult because I think both teams are.
I'm going Jays in 6.
Jays need to win tonight, or they're going to have to win out to get your.
I know.
Right.
No.
That's a tough one. And that's the thing I love about baseball. One year, like last year, you get Dodgers, Yankees.
Seattle just hit a 3-run homer.
All right.
Polanco, Sean Shriver, good friend of the show.
Man, that's a pretty good week for Jorge Polanco. He hit the walk-off single in the 15th inning the other night to advance. Now he's hitting the 3-run homer in Game 2. But
is he related to Pasita Polanco?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's a name that's never been dropped in the 9 years of this podcast, but there we are.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. I'm pretty sure I've talked about Placido Polanco at least once. But and again, that's what I love about baseball. 1 year you get Yankees, Dodgers. Next year you get the Mariners, Blue Jays. Blue Jays will be in the World Series. Mariners have never been there. Blue Jays haven't been since '93. If Brewers make it, they've never been there. So that's the thing I love about
Then you
baseball.
got the Dodgers.
And then you got the Dodgers, who I think a majority of America will be rooting against. However, I am rooting for them to sweep this week.
I get that. I get that.
Milwaukee Brewers, because I don't want to see any Brewer fan have any joy ever in their life. So yeah.
That's a little harsh, but that's
No, not harsh enough if you ask me. But no, I think it's hard to pick the American League now that Mariners are up,
yeah, that
one
kind
game
of
to
just
nothing, and now they're up
yeah,
6-3 in game two.
that
So
kind of just spoiled my prediction. So
yeah, I'm gonna take the Mariners in that one. Their pitching staff's unbelievable. And of course they have, Cal Raleigh with 61 homers in the regular season. He hit one last night to tie the game. Um, Offense could be a struggle for him, but obviously it's not been too much of a struggle here over the first two games. Blue Jays, I just don't think have the pitching to get it done, but that offense can mash though. And then in the National League, I think the Brewers win a couple, but I don't think they're good enough to withstand a 7-game series
I'm going Dodgers in
with
7.
the LA Dodgers. I'm going Dodgers, and I'll give the Brewers 2 wins. I'm going to take the Dodgers in 6.
Right.
And then all of America, besides those in LA, will be rooting for whoever wins the
Well,
American.
even those in LA who like the Angels would be rooting for.
I can't imagine there's too many Angels fans.
Well,
yeah, I mean, and Giants fans for sure.
yeah,
Well, I guess that's not LA. That's California, though.
maybe those fans in Sacramento, if they're still A's fans.
Maybe.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
there'll be a tiny section of LA that's actually rooting for.
There you go. There you go.
For the Dodgers. Everyone else should be rooting against.
Yep.
Should be rooting against them.
Yep.
Of course, I'm sure there's people that hate the Mariners that live in Seattle or something, and that's how I was with the Colts all those years. I had to root against them because I hated them so much, even though they had no bearing on my team because my team stunk. But anyway, yeah, Mariners, and I'm gonna say that goes 7. I think the Blue Jays win a couple in Seattle, and then they lose at home. But then Dodgers in 6.
And going back to the Cubs real quick to wrap up our MLB talk. I know we'll visit this question later when we get closer to time, but as of October 13th, what do you want to see them address in the offseason?
Pitching, for sure. I mean, we saw not a single starter for the Cubs made it into the 6th inning in their 8 playoff games, and majority of them got taken out before 4. So that's obvious something. Now they were dealt kind of a hard, difficult hand with Cade Horton get hurt in his last start of the year. He'd been arguably the best pitcher in the National League, if not all of baseball, in the second half. So he wasn't able to go. Losing Justin Steele in April or May, whenever he went down for the season, really stung as well. So they were able to withstand that. Colin Ray was fantastic as kind of a 5th starter swingman type, and he really stabilized the rotation when Steele went down. And he ended up having to throw the bulk innings on Saturday, which that kind of shows you how bad the Cubs pitching was at that point. The big storyline will obviously be Kyle Tucker. Will they sign him? Won't they sign him? I have no idea. He had a bad second half. He dealt with injury issues. I don't know. His personality doesn't give you a whole lot as far as, is he happy? Is he unhappy? Sort of deal. So you don't really know what's going on. Obviously, money talks. So it'll be interesting to see the kind of deal he gets. I think the Cubs, honestly, it'd be absolutely stupid to do it, but I think they're going to try to run it back for next year and keep kind of the same payroll, which would be a colossal mistake because you saw how close you were to get to a championship series, World Series this year. You're going to lose Kyle Tucker. Like that's my prediction is he signs with someone else. I don't know who that is, but I don't think he'll sign back with the Cubs. And then they're just going to try to run it back with a combination of Owen Casey at DH or Moises Ballesteros at DH, 2 young guys that they need to be good right away in order to kind of match the production that they will have lost in Kyle Tucker. Now, with Kyle Tucker having a bad second half, maybe he's willing to sign, if his market's not great, a deal kind of like Cody Bellinger did a few years ago with a couple opt-outs. So that could be definitely intriguing for the Cubs. It would not be as ideal for him, but I think somebody will give him $300 to $400 million, regardless of if he's worth it or not. It was kind of it was a real bad end to his tenure with the Cubs should he not sign back. But I liked him, and he was their best hitter in the first half for sure. But yeah, pitching is obviously going to be number one, which for a lot of teams it is. The free agent market's not great because a lot of guys have been starting to sign sign extensions before they get to free agency. So it's not a great free agent class. So they're going to have to trade from their farm depth. And the issue with that is they don't have a ton of farm depth to trade from. So Could be a boring offseason for the Cubs. I haven't read anything about the Cubs offseason from any insiders, nothing. This is just my prediction for them going forward. And they can really ill afford to be to have it be a quiet offseason. They really, now's the time. You have these young guys to build around, and Horton and Shaw. We saw what Moises Ballesteros can do. Pete Crow Armstrong, obviously. Daniel Palencia in the bullpen. Now's the time to go and make some more splashes and shore up this roster to be a legitimate World Series contender to win a division that you haven't won since 2017. And hopefully Tom Ricketts gives Jed the monetary funds to do this, but that has remained to be seen over the past couple of years.
Well, it'll be interesting to keep our eye on it, and I'm sure we'll be talking plenty more baseball and Cubs when we get to those winter meetings.
Yes. Yep.
But do you want to get educated?
Always. I need it.
You and me both. All right, let's talk about some sporting events that have happened on October 13th. On this day in 1914, the Boston Braves beat the Philadelphia A's 3-1 at Fenway Park for the first 4-game sweep in World Series history. The Miracle Braves were last in the National League on July 4th.
Wow. That is a miracle.
Let's see here. On this day, 1960, Baseball World Series, Pittsburgh Pirates second baseman Bill Mazeroski, I believe is how you pronounce his last name, bottom of the ninth, hit a leadoff home run to beat the Yankees 10-9 at Forbes Field in the series deciding Game 7. But the Yankees had the MVP and second baseman Bobby Richardson.
That's one of the most famous games in the history of Major League Baseball.
Back when the Pirates were good. Let's see. On the day 1967, the first ABA, American Basketball Association game was played with the Oakland Oaks beating the Anaheim Amigos 132 to 129. Red, white, and blue ball and 3-point field goal were introduced.
That's awesome.
Well, this one just grinds my gears. On this day in 1967, the Seattle Supersonics, this is now Oklahoma City Thunder, lose their NBA debut game 144 to 116 to the San Francisco Warriors at the Oakland County Coliseum. Bring them back. On this day in 1969, Billy Martin, who went 97-65 that year, was fired as the manager of the AL West winning Minnesota Twins.
He's about the only guy that could win 97 games consistently and still get fired about 10 times.
On this day, 1971, the first ever night game of the World Series was played as the Pirates beat the Orioles 4-3 in Game 4 at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh.
71? That was the first World Series night game? Man, that's not that long ago.
Well, yes, it is, but I know
it is, but yeah.
Pirates Orioles. How do you think a Pirates Orioles World Series would do in nowadays with the ratings?
Probably not great, I wouldn't imagine. Depending on, I mean, who would have thought a Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl at one point would be very highly watched. So it depends on who's won the teams.
Yeah, good point there. Let's see. On this day, 1991, who won the American League Championship?
91, that was the Minnesota Twins.
The Twins beat the Blue Jays 4-1.
Then they ended up beating the Atlanta Braves, I believe, in the World Series.
On this day, 1993, who won the National League Championship?
That was the Philadelphia Phillies.
They beat the Atlanta Braves 4-2. On this day, 1996, who won the American League Championship?
That was the Yankees.
The Yankees beat the Orioles 4-1. On this day in 1998, who won the American League Championship?
That would be the Yankees as well.
The Yankees beat the Indians 4-2. On this day in 2002, who won the American League Championship?
That would be the LA Angels.
Yeah, the Anaheim Angels.
Anaheim Angels, then, yeah.
Beat the Twins 4-1. On this day in 2015, basketball player Lamar Odom was hospitalized after being found unconscious in a brothel in Nevada. Remember when that was news?
Yeah.
That
Lamar.
day? Lamar. And on this day in 2019, Simone Biles became the most decorated gymnast in history when she won her record 25th medal at the World Championships in Germany. Pretty good.
It was 10 years ago today that Kyle Schwarber hit a homer against the Cardinals on top of the video board out in right field. 10 years ago is when the Cubs beat the Cardinals in that NLDS. 10 years!
Makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Does.
Time flies when you're having fun, they say. So
Yeah.
you must be having a lot of fun. So, and that is the On This Day segment for the week, which is brought to you by, like it has been every week in 2025, Moody Wood and Laser Crafts. Moody Wood and Laser Crafts is a veteran-owned and operated woodcraft shop based out of Texas with Indiana grassroots. They provide 100% hand-cut custom designs that fit your needs, and their pieces are a great addition to any home, office, man cave, kitchen, go on and on. I mean, now that he makes patches anywhere you go, it doesn't have to be a room. See some of their recently completed projects by visiting them at Moody Wood and Laser Crafts on Instagram and on Facebook. And if you let them know the Tan and J-Man Show sent you, you get 15% off your first order. Christmas is right around the corner.
It is now, yeah.
We are almost 2 months out.
Now, yeah. Now's the time you got to start looking.
Yep, I just thought about that today. I'm like, I got to start
Same.
thinking about Christmas shopping because the older I get, I don't like to wait to the last moment. I used to be a last moment shopper for Christmas stuff, but
they make it so easy to be a last minute shopper with
They
Amazon
do.
and all that, especially it shows up on your door the same day you order it. So
True.
it makes it easy, but at the same
True.
time, yeah.
Also stressful though.
Definitely.
So
yeah.
I don't like to stress. So
No.
you want to get it over with early. So it makes anything Thad does with Moody Wood and Laser Crafts makes a great Christmas gift for any loved one or friend. So hit them up. Tell them Tan and J-Man Show sent you get 15% off. And like I said, go check him out on social media on Instagram and Facebook and his website, Moody Wood and Lasercrafts.com. So makes good stuff. All right. So college football, I mean, we kept saying it like if Penn State would happen to lose the Northwestern.
They're not losing to Northwestern.
They're
not losing.
But there's no way they're losing. They lost to Northwestern.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks ago, Penn State was number 2 in the country, heading into overtime against Oregon.
Yeah.
Ends up losing in double overtime. Flash forward 3 weeks later, they're 3-3. They're without a head coach, and their starting quarterback, Drew Aller, is done for the year.
Yeah, things happen fast.
Life come at you fast.
Yeah, I mean they were still like just as you said that was just 2 weeks ago, right? I mean 3 weeks in the season, 3 games, I should say. But really only 2 weeks ago, they were still talked about as being a national title contender. And now, well, James Frank, I want to come up with a nickname for him, like the anti-big game James is what I want to call him. Small game James. Franklin could never win the big one, and now he started losing to 2 of the worst teams in the Big Ten.
I mean, you're 20+ point favorites back-to-back weeks, and you lose games.
And then I think the loss to UCLA was bad, but like, all right, it was on the road. They're not going to lose at home to a bad Northwestern team, and they did it, man. In Death Valley, you knew that was the nail in the coffin, and sure enough, just less than 24 hours later, he gets the boot. So now Penn State's going to be in the job or the coaching search market, which they haven't been since 2014. So it's been a long time. There's been some interesting names that have been bandied about. One, Bruce Feldman, who's a college football insider writer, he said the top 2 names in their search are Matt Rule and Curt Cignetti.
Sure. You give them both a call. You have to.
For sure. Matt Rule's a Penn State grad.
Played there.
That's Yeah, that's why I just say he's Penn
Oh,
State
just
grad.
grad. Well, I was
Well,
just
yeah,
making sure
I mean,
everybody
yeah,
knew that he played. I mean, that's some assumed, I guess.
yeah. Sorry, I could have worded that better. And then Kurt Signetti is from Pittsburgh, and he coached in Pennsylvania before, so there's at least some ties. He's an older guy. I think he's 65 or
Yeah,
so, 64, 65. But he wins. I mean, he really does it.
he
But
definitely wins.
Matt Rule would be funny because James Franklin's one bugaboo is he could never win the big one.
Yeah.
And Matt Rule has lost 16 straight to the top 25.
Yeah.
So I don't. That'd be a hard sell to the fan base. And Clark, what's his name?
Mhm.
Lay of Vanderbilt. I think he'd be a fantastic hire, but again, it'd probably be another tough sell to the fan base because James Franklin was a Vandy guy as well coming there. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting time, and I think they immediately vault up to the best job available currently.
100%. I got the New York Times up here, and they list all the jobs that are currently open. They have Penn State at number 1, and
Mhm.
and and I should note James Franklin in his tenure at Penn State went 104-45.
Pretty
So it
good.
wasn't like the dude was a slouch. He just couldn't
Yeah.
get over the hump. And in the last 5 years, they were 44-17. I mean, my goodness, he did that at Purdue University. The university probably changes their name. I'm calling it right
Yeah.
now. I think Franklin gets a job next
Mhm.
year if he wants one. Watch him turn into a guy who can get it done
Yeah.
as far as the big game wherever he goes.
Hilarious. I did read that there's a clause in his contract. I forget what it was called, but he has to be actively searching for
Job.
a job in order to get the full buyout. So yeah, I think he'll get a job immediately. And I think he'll get a good job immediately. Maybe even like a Virginia Tech, which is open, would be interesting.
Yep, they list Penn State at number 1 job, Arkansas number 2
Hmm.
that has a 29-27 record. UCLA they rank as 3rd.
Interesting.
Last 5 years 30-24 record. Oklahoma State at 4. Last 5-year record is 33-24. Virginia Tech at 5. 5-year record is 23-31. Stanford, forgot that was even open.
Me too.
6, their 5-year record's 14-39. Oregon State at 7. Their 5-year record is 30-28. And then UAB, the record of the last 5 years, 25-31. And last is Kent State. His record's 14-40.
Yeah,
Last 5 years.
Yeah, that's rough.
And those are just jobs that are open right now. 9 jobs we know that are open as of October 13th. There's other jobs that could be open. Florida State.
Florida State now, yeah.
Wisconsin.
I think that's a foregone conclusion at this point.
I'm sure I'm forgetting another decently big one, but those are out to me.
Depending on how it'd be stupid, I think, but depending on how the rest of the year goes, maybe Clemson opens. Who knows?
Yeah, I guess LSU could open if they really tank.
Yeah,
They would have to really fizzle out.
Yeah, Oklahoma's had a good start to the year, but again, if they tank a little bit, I could see them firing Venables.
Texas won't get rid of Sark.
I think Sark's safe.
Do you think Moore could be in trouble in Michigan if their season really goes downhill?
I could see that. Yeah, he kind of seemed more like a placeholder than he did a long-term fit anyway. So yeah, I could absolutely see that. I mean,
maybe Iowa opens. Maybe.
I could see Kirk. Kirk will never get fired.
No.
It'll be him stepping down or retiring or whatever. Maybe. They've had a pretty solid season so far. No one's really talking about them, including just beating Wisconsin 37-0, which I think that was a nail in Fickle's coffin to get shut out.
Surprised we haven't got news already about it.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, you can't wait around anymore for 4 years for a coach to turn things around. You got to make moves real quick. But I would imagine, depending on how the rest of the season goes, that Fickle's probably gone. I can't.
They're not going to win too many more games.
No, I think we were just I think maybe last week or maybe over the weekend
we went
through their schedule, and maybe 3-9, maybe 4-8 if they're lucky. So yeah, other than that, we could see like Oregon open up if like Lanning takes an NFL job or something.
Iowa State if Campbell takes
or
he's another name I've seen float around there for Penn State.
Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty good fit.
I've seen Manny Diaz float around. Of course, he used to be their DC. Mm-hmm. He's doing good things at Duke, but I don't think Penn State. I think that'd be like option C, D, E because he didn't do well at Miami.
Yeah, didn't do well at Miami. He did pretty well at Temple.
Yep. So did Rule.
And so did Rule. Yeah, and Rule's a proven program builder. I mean,
Sure.
Temple was garbage before he got there. Turned
Yep.
him into like a BCS contender
Yeah.
there for a while, and then Baylor took over a dumpster fire after the
Yep.
Art Briles thing. I
Yep.
think his first year there went 1-11. His third year there, they won 10 games.
Yep.
So he's done it. He was a disaster in the NFL, but I mean we've seen that
A
happen.
lot of people are.
Yeah, it'll be fun to kind of watch play out.
I think Rule would be more likely to land there than Signetti.
I agree.
I could see Signetti use it as some leverage
He
because,
should.
and I think Indiana will match whatever anybody throws out there. I mean, which is crazy because I mean he could become one of the top 5 paid coaches in all college football here pretty quickly.
Probably deserves it, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I don't like the guy, of course,
I can't
as a
stand it.
Purdue fan, but
Yeah.
he's very arrogant. But the dude wins, and what he's done these last 2 years has been pretty remarkable. I mean, lot of ball left to be played here, but on paper they should be favored probably every game.
Yeah. And that's another thing. All it takes is the right hire.
Yeah,
I mean, you saw the wrong hire in Wisconsin with Luke Fickell.
yeah,
Went completely against kind of how they built to be a sustainable, good team. And look at him now; he's going to get fired in year 3. IU was a bottom feeder of the
mm-hmm.
Big Ten almost every single year. I mean, Tom Allen had a good year once in a while.
Well, that 2020 year, but that was such a fluky season
Right,
overall. That's what made him stay so long because he gave him a contract extension.
And now, Sigs is now, number 3 team in the country, Indiana, and they look every single bit of it too, going on the road. And really, I thought they really handled Oregon. I mean, we watched that entire game together. They really handled them, and the only reason why it was all that close is because Oregon had a pick 6 there in the third quarter to tie it. Indiana looked every bit the part of a national title contender, and I have a hard time really believing it, even though they were last year, and now this year they're even better.
Well, last year they were a playoff contender. I wouldn't put them at national title contender, especially with the way that Notre Dame game went. But this year, I think you got to look at them. I mean, they proved the moment's not too big for them. Mm-hmm. And I thought Signetti coached better than he had. Like last year against Ohio State and even Notre Dame, I thought he looked a little scared of the moment a little bit. He didn't yesterday. Even they looked a little timid against Iowa, but they made enough plays late to win that game. They looked all the part on Saturday, as much as it pleased me to say. And I didn't realize their defense was so good until I watched them Saturday.
Yeah, I hadn't really watched them this year. I watched them a little bit when they played Illinois, but other than that, I hadn't really watched them because they hadn't really played anyone, honestly.
Right.
And their non-con was a joke, and I thought, and they kind of struggled against some of those bad teams too.
Like Dominion out of the gate, they didn't wipe the floor with them by any means.
Yeah, and now, going on the road to Oregon is that's as an impressive of a win as you could possibly have in the Big Ten these days. So
really is.
Yeah, kudos to them. As much as I don't,
and it puts Oregon on the ropes where I don't know if they can afford another loss.
Yeah, especially after losing at home. That kind of does put more pressure on you. I don't know what their schedule looks like the rest of the way.
Let's see. They fell to 8th. I know they're at Rutgers this week, which that's a long road trip. I guess you never know. I mean, we did. Let's see what Oregon's schedule is the rest of the way here. I mean, they're still talented enough; they could still win it all. But they'll be favored. So they're at Rutgers, Wisconsin at home, at Iowa, Minnesota at home, USC at home, at Washington.
So they avoid Ohio State. I would say, looking at that schedule, they likely win out, but likely, and that'll get them in for sure. That'll probably potentially put them in the Big Ten title game.
Could.
Yeah.
So Indiana's up to number 3, highest I think I want to say ever been ranked or tied for their highest ranking in school history. Either way, you gotta go back to the 60s. But number 1 team in the country still is from the Big Ten, Ohio State. They look really every bit apart. They're really good. Illinois hung in there for a while, but they opened it up.
Yeah. Illinois did about everything you possibly could to lose that game because I think they ended up outgaining them. But you turn it over twice, or I think they turned over 3 times. Their punter accidentally took a knee when he was going down to catch it, which put Ohio State in good field position.
I don't recall seeing that hardly ever happen.
I don't. Yeah, I obviously it only happened in the college game because
Right.
you're down immediately.
Right.
But yeah, very. I remember seeing it at least once or twice before.
Yeah.
But not too often. So that was just kind of a little bit of bad luck, a little fluke there. But yeah, that Ohio State defense is ridiculous, and I think they might even be a better team this year than they were last year.
I think you're right. They have so many weapons on offense too.
Yeah.
And speaking of outgaining your opponent by yardage but turnovers killing you, that's what happened to Purdue Boilermakers. I mean, I'm still fired up about their loss Saturday night. They outplayed Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Led the whole game until 7 minutes left. I mean, I pulled into our garage and it was third down. Purdue was up 7. By the time we got all done, turned on TV, Purdue still only up 7. And Minnesota has the ball. Well, come to find out, Purdue missed the field goal. 40-some yard field goal would have got them up 10. Minnesota goes down, scores in a drive that they converted a fourth down. Purdue had two face mask penalties on third down. And then the very next drive, Purdue throws a pick 6.
Yeah.
And then Purdue drives all the way down to try to tie the game and can't convert. Purdue outgained them by 200 yards. 400 something to 200 something, and it was 4 turnovers, and the defense only created 1 turnover. You can't win games like that. And I felt like they shot themselves in the foot a little bit the week before against Illinois, but this time was like blowing their foot off, type shooting themselves in the foot. And now they travel to Northwestern this week in another game. The 3-point underdogs, but you think they got a chance, but man, it was like I almost want to say Northwestern is a must win already for Barry Odom to keep the fans interested for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. The non-diehard fans, I guess.
Yeah, Purdue is so much better than last year.
They are,
but they're still doing they just got to learn how to win, which
they do.
It's a cliche, but even against USC, I thought they were right in it, but they had a bunch of turnovers, especially
3 red zone picks
in the red zone. Yeah,
yeah.
You clean that stuff up, but here we are, week 7, and they're still doing it. So maybe this will be the week that they finally win a Big Ten game or game against a Power 4 opponent in 2 years.
Yep.
Then they have another opportunity the next week as well.
Because November is Murder's Row.
Yeah.
With their schedule at Michigan, Ohio State at home, at Washington, Indiana at home. I mean, that's
rough.
Yeah, but Thad Mooney on Facebook said Purdue gave a very early Christmas gift to the rowboaters. Yeah, definitely did. I just want to rip that tie off PJ Fleck's neck. So annoying. 9 years later, and he's still as annoying as he was year 1.
He really is. You thought it might mellow out a little bit, and it's even gotten worse.
He loves to work the officials.
Definitely.
I mean, he's like Tom Izzo of Big Ten football out there. But hey, it works for him. But Purdue just can't win up in Minnesota very often. It's very, very weird. But you want to pick some games around Big Ten country? Speaking of Minnesota, this is a Friday nighter. They host number 25 Nebraska. Let's see what the line is on this game. Assume it's pretty close. Nebraska's actually 7.5-point favorite.
I was going to say Nebraska for 6.5. That's what I was thinking. Give me Nebraska for 2. I think they go in there and win. They'll be 6-1, I think.
I got Nebraska for 6. It's more points than I like putting on it, but that's just how it kind of unfolded for me. Yeah. The only thing I could think of was, I saw it happen in Purdue years ago when Jeff Brom Louisville rumors started in 2018.
Yeah.
That the team could kind of lose their focus at least for a week or two. Mm-hmm. So that could happen at Minnesota if they're not locked in. But I think Nebraska's better. So Washington at Michigan. Very interesting game here. Michigan's a 6.5-point favorite.
Give me Michigan for 6, mainly because they're at home. I think Washington's pretty good, though.
Yeah, Washington's 5-1. Michigan's 4-2. I'm taking the Wolverines for 5 because they're in the big house. Purdue at Northwestern, odd 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time start kickoff. Northwestern's 3.5-point favorite.
We're supposed to get thunderstorms in the Chicagoland this weekend, so hope you're ready for another 3-hour lightning delay.
I am so sick of that.
Give me Purdue for 1 confidence point.
I'm taking Purdue for 2. It's more of a probably homer pick and
I'm taking.
I mean, I'm vintage Dan Munt one of the years when the Dolphins were bad against the Colts. I just want to stand up, give me something to cheer for.
Yeah, I
Type
just want
thing.
something to cheer about.
Which I will say, this Purdue team's a lot more fun to watch than
Yeah.
last year's. But still, yeah, I was pretty frustrated and still am with the way they. I don't recall Purdue outgaining an opponent by 200 yards and losing in my fandom.
Yeah, it's
They
tough.
probably
That's
have,
tough to do.
but yeah, that's hard to do. So. Michigan State at number 3, Indiana, who's a 27.5-point favorite. I don't know if they still play for the rivalry trophy, but if they do, can you name me the rivalry trophy they play for?
No.
The Brass Spittoon.
Ah, that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Give me Indiana for 8.
I got Indiana for 9.
Hmm.
So I just don't think Michigan State's very good. I think Indiana is. So number 1, Ohio State at Wisconsin. Ohio State's 24.5-point favorite.
That's my 9-pointer. Give me Ohio State.
This is my 8-pointer. So just because they're on the road, only reason I didn't put 9 on them. Number 8, Oregon at Rutgers. Oregon 17.5-point favorite.
Give me Oregon for 7.
I got the Ducks for 7 as well. Penn State interim head coach, new quarterback at Iowa. Iowa's 2.5-point favorite.
Give me Iowa for 5. Could see Penn State maybe come out fired up because of all that, but I'm still taking Iowa for 5.
I got Iowa for 1. I think Penn State's still more talented, but that means nothing at this point in the season. Yeah. So Maryland at UCLA. UCLA is a 3.5-point favorite. The Bruins are on a 2-game win streak.
Man, Maryland could be 6-0 and be ranked right now, but they've lost 2 heartbreakers in a row to at home too to Washington and Nebraska. Give me UCLA for 3 though. I'm on the Jerry Neuheisel train.
I'm taking the Bruins for 3 as well. And the battle for the Shillelagh here. Number 20, USC, 9.5-point dogs at number 15, Notre Dame.
This will be the J-Man's bucket prediction of the week. Give me Notre Dame for 4 points. I think they handle them. They're kind of sluggish there over the weekend for the first half anyway, but they ended up blowing the doors off NC State in the second half. But J-Man's bucket prediction of the week brought to you by Travis Watching Insurance Agency for Life. Home, auto, business, renters, workers' common, farm insurance. Contact Travis at 219-869-4561. Book it.
I'm taking Notre Dame for 4 as well. I'm in agreement with you. And I do want to air a annoyance of myself, a grievance of myself a little bit out here. I am seeing more and more on my social media feeds, same people celebrated Indiana football victories and Notre Dame football victories. You can't do that.
Can't do it.
Pick one or the other.
Yep.
Your whole life, you're probably Notre Dame football fans.
Definitely.
And last year, you hop on the Indiana bandwagon. I know the group I'm talking to, I know you're Indiana basketball fans and you don't like Notre Dame basketball. Do you also root for another team aside of Indiana basketball? No. Who did you root for when they met in the playoff? Give me that answer. Whoever you root for, that's your team.
That's your team.
I'm being a whiny Purdue fan. I get it. But I am so annoyed. Like, there's some exceptions, you know, like, but I guess. But for majority, no. Pick one side.
Yeah, I have
it's driving me nuts.
No respect for those people.
It's driving me crazy. Because I darn well know there's none of you rooting for Indiana football and Notre Dame basketball. That's not a thing.
No.
It's a more annoyance of myself than anything. But pick a side, darn it. So, all right, top 25 games. Jeff Brom and his 4-1 Louisville Cardinals travel the number 2 ranked Miami, Florida Hurricanes. This is Friday night. Crazy things happen on Friday night. Miami's a 13.5-point favorite.
These are the kind of games that Jeff Brom wins, and then he'll lose at home to Virginia or something.
Not on the road, though. He doesn't win it well.
That's a good point.
He did at Iowa, at Purdue one year.
I do remember that. Give me the Canes, though. Seems like no one's really talking about them, even though they're number 2.
Nope. I think Miami wins. SEC ranked matchup number 10 LSU travels number 17 Vanderbilt, who's a 2.5-point favorite.
Give me LSU. I haven't watched a single SEC game. I hate that football. I don't know what it is. I just can't stand SEC football watching it.
Yep. I'm taking LSU as well. Number 12, Georgia Tech, 6-0 at 4-2 Duke, who is a 1.5-point favorite in this one.
Give me Duke. That Illinois win at Duke's looking pretty good now because Duke's gone on. They've beaten NC State, then they went on the road and destroyed Syracuse. Give me Duke at home.
I will take Georgia Tech to be different there. Thad Mooney on Facebook. To that group, rooting for both. It's easy to win when you don't move your back row. Yeah. Fair enough. Oklahoma, number 14, suffered their first loss of the year to arch rival Texas at 3-3 South Carolina. Oklahoma's 5.5-point favorite.
Talk about a disappointing year for South Carolina. Coming to the year ranked, what was it, 11th, 10th, or 11th? I didn't really buy them. Give me Oklahoma on the road.
I didn't buy them either. I'm taking the Sooners. Number 5, Ole Miss, who escaped, which would have been a huge upset of Washington State. 6-0 at number 9, 5-1 Georgia, who is a 7.5-point favorite.
Give me Georgia.
I'm taking the Dogs at home. Number 4, A&M, 6-0 at 2-4 Arkansas. A&M 7.5-point favorite.
No one's really talking about A&M either, being 4-0. Give me the Ags.
I'm taking the Aggies as well. Number 7, Texas Tech, 6-0. 11.5-point favorites on the road at 4-2 Arizona State that I will say have been a disappointment this year.
Yeah, they missed their quarterback was out this week.
Yeah, he's been out.
But give me the upset. Give me Arizona State.
I'll take Texas Tech. I think they're pretty darn good. They've spent enough money to be good. Number 11, Tennessee 5-1 at number 6, 5-1 Alabama, who's an 8.5-point favorite.
Give me Bama. Seems like they're starting to hit their stride a little bit.
Yep, I like Bama as well. Number 16, Missouri, who lost a tough one to Alabama. 1.5-point favorites at 3-3 Auburn. There's a job that could potentially open as well.
Yes, I think that job will open depending on how the rest of the season goes. But give me Auburn. That would be a big one for them.
I think the Tigers win this game.
I can't. Yeah.
But I'll take the Missouri Tigers over the Auburn Tigers.
I will never pick Missouri in anything.
I know you won't. And this is a fun rivalry, the Holy War. 5-1, number 23 Utah at number 15, undefeated 6-0 Brigham Young University that nobody's talking about. But Utah is a 3.5-point favorite
on the road,
against an undefeated team.
Give me the home underdog. Give me BYU.
Yep, I'm taking the Cougs. But that I always like. Well, for one, it's a late game usually. I always like watching that one. That's usually a pretty intense. Rivalry there.
It's usually high scoring too.
Yep, but some good games. Some good games for the Saturday slate.
Definitely.
This week. So, anything else you want to talk about college football related?
Nope.
All right. Well, let's move on to the NFL, which we are as of after tonight's Monday night doubleheader, which next week is the last week for that. I looked it up. I don't know why we're having so many of these weeks of these doubleheader Monday night things. And next week, the second game's at 10 between the Texans and Seahawks.
I would hate to be a fan of either of those.
I've been there before, but usually on
I remember that.
Opening night.
I remember that.
Always a loss. But anyways, we are 6 weeks under the belt after tonight. It's crazy to think. And we're really starting to see some movement. We saw Callahan fired today at Tennessee, which
it wasn't very long.
Dumb because they weren't going to do anything this year anyway. So fire him after the year. I don't know what that accomplishes. I think there's some other coaches like Aaron Glenn's probably in trouble.
I would say so. Year one, yeah.
What he did yesterday before half, I just don't understand.
What he did yesterday at the end of the game was even stupid.
That too. But there's some other coaches that are probably in trouble. But anyways, 3 winners, 3 losers for week 6.
My first winner is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I would say they're one of the best teams in the NFC. I love Baker Mayfield. They kind of, I don't think that Niners team is that great, but still, they handled them pretty good.
I think Baker's MVP right now.
I do too. Yeah, he's putting up huge numbers.
My winner, go back to Thursday night, the New York Giants.
Yeah.
Beating the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champs at home, 34-17. And Jackson Dart played pretty well. Scatterboo was a beast. Giants have proved they're tough at home. They can't win on the road yet. Hopefully that continues this week for my sake. But they're tough at home. They beat the Chargers and Eagles now at home. 2 teams that I think are playoff caliber teams. So give me the Giants in the winner category.
My second winner is Carolina Panthers. Back-to-back weeks, they're at home, but they're at 500 for this late in the season for the first time. What feels like forever. Rico Dowdy, whatever his name is, back-to-back 200-yard games. Like he's Chubba Hubbard's gotten Wally pipped.
Mm-hmm. Sure has. I am taking the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
I hate them. That was a good win over the Lions. Now the Rice is coming back. It's just the rich get richer now with weapons. But it's hard to go to a whole NFL game without a penalty. Kind of funny. The one team that does is Kansas City, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
joke. What a joke that is. But
Um,
good win for them, though.
yeah. My last winner here is New England Patriots. I mean, it's kind of just piggybacking off of their Sunday night victory last week against the Bills, but they're 4-2. Mike Vrabel, he's a tough SOB, and I wish my favorite team would have hired him.
Yeah, he's a culture creator, isn't he? He's tough. Tennessee should have never fired him. That was stupid.
Yeah.
But my last winner is the Denver Broncos defense. They were amazing yesterday. Only reason they won the game because Broncos special teams was terrible. Offense was terrible in the second half. Sean Payton's play calling was awful. I don't know what he was trying to do in the second half. It felt like he's like, well, I know our defense can win us the game, so I'm not even going to be very aggressive. And it's like, well, it almost backfired on you, buddy.
Yeah.
Probably should have. But the Broncos defense had 9 sacks.
Yeah.
Justin Fields completed 9 passes. The Jets didn't have 9 first downs.
How many sacks does Denver have on the year now?
They're on pace right now to shatter the 84 Bears record.
I believe it.
Let me see here. They have the most through 6 weeks all time. They have 30 sacks through 6 weeks, which is the most over the last 10 years through 6 weeks. The 2019 Panthers at 27, 3 teams tied with 26.
Dang.
They have 10 more than the closest in the league right now.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if the Dolphins have 9 sacks on the season.
Well, it's been fun to watch Jonathan Cooper and Nick Benito almost try to beat each other to the quarterback. It's kind of like Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware in 2015 trying to beat each other to the quarterback. So that reminded me of 2015 defense. And shout out to Vance Joseph. You know, I was as a head coach, critical on him when the Dolphins a few years ago put up a 70 spot on him. I was calling for his head, and he's turning it around. And if that dude doesn't get a head coaching job soon, a second chance somewhere, I'll be pretty surprised.
Yeah. I think I said this over the weekend after that Dolphins-Broncos game. Neither team's been the same. Broncos have been good and Dolphins have been bad.
They kind of flipped.
Yeah, kind of flipped.
First loser, I am going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. I
have a big win, Monday night win against Kansas City, home in a game against Seattle, who's on par with you, I think. You got to win that game if you want to be taken seriously as a division contender, and they didn't look very good.
100%. Philadelphia Eagles, back-to-back weeks that offense has looked terrible. Obviously, Denver has a great defense. I don't think the Giants do, though. And then today, the Eagles' best pass rusher, Zadarius Smith, decided to retire. He was leading them in sacks and pressures and all that, and he just decided to up and retire in week 7. Yeah.
My second loser, Dallas Cowboys. The Panthers have been impressive, but man, here we are again, another year where the Cowboys are overhyped coming into a year, and they just year in, year out, nothing changes. Dak Prescott's been playing well, but that team can't find it. So Cowboys.
NFL and Europe. The games haven't been good. I mean, yesterday's game was bad, boring. But it used to be fun. Like you get 2 or 3 games a year, and you get to wake up at 8:30. All right, awesome. We get football on. Now it's every week. I don't even watch them anymore. I just think they're boring.
Got another one this week.
I know, and
Did you see what Goodell said? Eventually, I mean, this would be years down the road where he wants every team to play one international game.
I hate it,
man.
I cannot stand it.
That's gonna be all over the place. That's gonna be every continent.
Yep.
Last loser. Sorry, Jay, man. I got to throw the Miami Dolphins in this category. And not even so much how they lost, even though they should have had Herbert sacked, darn it, because I wanted to lead the AFC West.
Twice. They should have had sacked twice. Back-to-back plays.
But and one guy was trying to credit Herbert. I'm like, that's more the lack of what the Dolphin guy did than Herbert. But it was more even that then your captain comes out and lays out some dirty laundry. Just not good. Just not good.
Gutless losers. My last loser is the New York Jets. Aaron Glenn probably should be fired. Instead of kicking a 62-yard field goal to try to take the lead, they go for it on 4th and 8 with a quarterback that can't throw with a terrible offensive line. It's the best pass rush in the NFL. Kickers, 62-yard field goals are no longer scary in the NFL. Kickers have made 73% of their kicks of 50 or more yards the past 2 seasons. Back in 1970, they made 73% of their kicks under 50 yards back then. So kickers are almost dang near automatic these days. Jets stink. Aaron Glenn stinks. Yeah.
If I'm Nick Folk, I'm a little mad that my coach didn't have trust in me. They at least try it. So.
And Nick Folk's old, and he probably hits it short.
Probably.
But still, he hadn't missed a kick all year. Give him a shot. It's a better shot than having Justin Fields try to pick up a 4th and 8.
Yes.
Now, the point would have been moot if Garrett Wilson would have just caught that pass right on the sideline at the end, which was a good play by the DB. But Garrett Wilson,
Hufunga, and then Cooper saved him back-to-back plays. So.
Blind ranking, real quick. I have Broncos quarterbacks that have started at least one game since they won the Super Bowl.
Oh my!
So, starting with your boy, you had a former Jersey of his, Paxton Lynch.
I gotta put him last. I gotta put him at 5. I mean, for a first-round draft pick, he started, I believe, 4 or 5 games. Was terrible.
Bad.
Yes, so I know there's probably some others that have started one game that were technically worse, but first-round pick. So I got to put him at 5.
I remember watching that draft with you in my tiny little apartment. You got a fist pump out of you.
I pumped that one and I booed Garrett Bowles. I wish I could have those over.
I remember that. Brandon Allen.
Oh, Brandon, he actually played it decent. Remember they got up big at Minnesota and then they choked.
I remember that one.
I'll put him at 3 because I think there's another one I could slide at 4, but this could backfire on me big time.
Drew Lock.
Oh, a promising end of the 2019 season for the guy, but then the rest of it was not good.
Yeah.
He was better than Brandon Allen, so I'll put him at 2.
Brett Rippon.
He's my number 4. I was at the New York Jet game, me and my wife, in 2022 when the Jets won 16-9. And real quick, I know we don't have much time. The last 4 meetings between the Broncos and Jets, this year, 13-11 Broncos win. Last year, 10-9 Broncos win. 2023, 31-21 Jets win with Nathaniel Hackett. That was embarrassing. And 2022, 16-9 Jets win. Stop letting these two teams play.
Yeah, I saw a tweet. It was like these teams should be playing on like a Tuesday at 7 a.m. on the Weather Channel or something.
I'll put Rippon at 4, so I have my number 1 left.
Your number 1 is Jarrett Stidham.
All right, I would put Locke at number 1 if I could re-rank, but I'll put Stiddy at 2. I was waiting for Russell Wilson or you to be mean and put Kendall Hinton in there.
I almost did, but he technically did not start that game. They did not give him a start for that weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, at least Football Reference didn't, because I was expecting that weird COVID one.
Oh, that was I was really mad at that. But Blind Rank segment, good one, is brought to you by Performer Print Suit Promo Group. If you're looking for a trustworthy, dependable resource for your next trade show, company picnic, or sales meeting in 2025 or 2026, Performer Print Suit Promo Group has over 50 years combined experience in promotional products and commercial print. They strive for fast and efficient response to all your print needs, so you need to look no further. Let them be your one-source print and promotional company today by giving Barbara Van Weinsberg a call at 574-210-3815. Divisional matchup Thursday night. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who nobody's talking about, at the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, everyone in the division over the past 3 weeks is winless except the Steelers, who are 2-0. Give me the Steelers for 11.
I got the Steelers for 11 as well. Flacco looked okay in a start.
It's tough. It's a tough situation for him, but he keeps chucking along.
LA Rams at Jacksonville Jaguars in London. Jaguars play in London every year because the Cons relationship with London. Puka questionable for this game.
Enough of the Europe games. Give me the Rams for 6.
I'm taking the Jags for 6 because I'm assuming Puka didn't play. So, Patriots at Titans.
Vrabel going back to Tennessee for the first time. Give me Pats for 5.
I got the Pats for 12. And I think Vrabel wants to run up the score on them.
Yeah.
Saints at Bears.
I wish I could see the Bears play tonight because they haven't played in a couple weeks because they've been on bye. Give me the Bears for 12, though.
I got the Bears for 8. I think they take care of business at home no matter what happens to them at Washington tonight. Miami Dolphins at the Cleveland Browns. The whole country will be watching this one.
If the Dolphins lose this one, I think McDaniels is fired on Monday. That's my thought, and I think they do. Give me Browns for 3.
I got Dolphins for 3. Dolphins are
they're better, but
yeah. I think that defense gives Gabriel some problems, but we'll
defense couldn't give me some problems at this point.
Carolina Panthers at the New York Jets.
Give me the Jets for 1.
Whoa!
1 and only.
They should be fired up this week. If not, God.
They're favored, actually, believe it or not.
I got the Panthers for 9. I mean, I watched that Jets team yesterday. Oh, my goodness.
They're bad,
Eagles at Vikings.
Give me the Eagles for 10. I think they bounce back.
I got the Vikings for 5. If the Eagles lose this one, it might be time to press the red panic button a little bit. The Raiders at the Chiefs.
Chiefs for 15.
Yep, enough said. Colts at Chargers. This should be a good one.
Chargers for 8.
Taking the Colts for 1.
I don't believe in the Colts. Still don't. They haven't played anyone. They did beat Denver
either, J-Man, but thanks to the leverage penalty. I don't know. I keep picking against them, and they're proving me wrong. So I'm taking them this week. So.
Chargers were pretty unimpressive yesterday.
Yeah. I don't like either team. So.
I don't either.
Giants at Broncos.
Broncos for 9.
I got the Broncos for 13. I think their offense bounces back and looks pretty good in this one. Commanders at Cowboys. Ugh.
Commanders for 2.
I'm thinking Cowboys for 4. I don't know why. I guess just because they're at home. Packers at Cardinals.
Packers for 13.
Got the Packers for 10. Sunday Night Football. Falcons at the Niners. The Falcons are up right now on the Bills, by the way.
Oh, interesting. Niners for 7.
I have Niners for 14. Buccaneers at the Lions. Lions are in some fun games lately.
They are. Give me the Lions for 4, just because they're at home.
I got the Lions for 2, but I think this is more of a toss-up. And the Texans at the Seahawks.
Give me Seahawks for 14. I don't believe in C.J. Stroud nor the Houston Texans.
I got the Seahawks for 7. So back to our birdie or bogey question. I want you to name me in order the top 5 passing leaders in yards all time for the Miami Dolphins.
I know I'm going to get number 1 right, and that's Dan Marino.
Yes, with 61,361 yards.
My number 2 guy. Oh, man. Is it Greasy?
Bob Greasy with 25,092 yards.
Number 3. Is it Ryan Tannehill?
Ryan Tannehill with 20,434.
Is number 4 Tua?
Tua was 16,719.
Wow. I can't believe that. Number 5, I don't even know who their quarterbacks were. I can't even think of a 5th. Is it Jay Fiedler?
You got a birdie.
Are you kidding me?
11,040 yards.
Holy, I cannot believe that.
You want to take a stab? Who's number 6?
Earl Morrall?
He's 14th.
Okay, that makes more sense. I cannot believe I got all 5 of those guys in correct order. I feel like I should go play the lottery now. Is it Don Strock? I've heard that name.
Number 9.
Number 6. Is it Henny?
Chad Henne.
Oh my gosh, that's how
7,114. Then you got David Woodley.
Yeah, I've heard of
Ryan
Woodley.
Fitzpatrick, Strock, and rounding out the top 10's Matt Moore. He has barely more than Chad Pennington.
Okay.
12th is Gus Frerotte. I just had to throw that name.
Gus Frerotte, yeah. I cannot believe that.
You get the crown for the year. I'm not catching up.
Wow.
Good job, J-Man.
Thanks for watching the Tan and J-Man show. We'll be back at her next Monday with another episode.